Hello everybody, ShadowSP here, and I am back on Granblue Fantasy. We are looking at, and obviously, people can read, but we're on the What Makes the Sky Blue event page for a reason. That reason is there is this bonus story here. Wyvern Reverie. I don't care. It's one of those two. So they're both valid. Let's be honest. Okay. So, we're getting a quest that is null elemental. Or multi-elemental. In that particular case, I'm gonna go with the strongest team we have, which is Wind. This is about as strong as we can be right now. So, let's give this a shot. So he's dreaming about apples. Luria's dreaming about that stupid song she was singing earlier in the event. Okay. Islands have been fully restored, which is great news for everyone living there. Good news for us, because it means our crewmates are no longer busy. So we had to stop our journey for a couple months because of Sandalphon. How dare you, Sandalphon, getting in our way. Of course, we don't really have a time frame for our journey, so it's not that big of a deal. Alright, had a big party, and now it is nighttime. Good stuff. But the night is still young, eh? And the world cracks open?
夢ではない。無論、現実とも言い難いが。
Oh, hi Lucifer. What's going on?
こんばんは。突然のことで驚かせてしまったか。この空間に招待したのは私だ。
Okay, yeah. I imagine that.
先日、空の民には心より謝罪。先日は天使たちおよびサンダルフォンが迷惑をかけた。空の民には心より謝罪を。そして君には感謝と敬意を表したい。
I mean, I don't think it's really your fault necessarily, but yeah, you probably should have paid more attention to, things that are going on.
そうか。そう言ってもらえると彼らも安堵するだろう。では、今宵の本題だ。あの時のことは覚えているか？ああ、こう言えば思い出せるか？この世界の行く末を左右する得意点よ。
So he's talking about
君は大いなる存在と語り、
right?
得意点としての力と覚悟を問われた。
No, that happened. Yeah, I remember that.
そして、こう答えたはずだ。仲間の存在が君の力であると。その仲間が全て揃った今日、あの時の言葉を証明してもらいたいのだ。
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the world of dreams.
夢の中にいるのか？
でも皆さん揃ってて、なんだか妙にちゃんとしてますよ。
It's pretty weird.
はーい。
Hello.
舞台は整った。それでは始めようか。力と覚悟の証明。竜の試練を。
Alright, the Dragon's Trial. The Japanese name for what's going on here. Hey, it's Protomon. How's it going, man?
何か手があるはずだ。
What did we get here? Okay, we got a guts and an auto heal. No duration. And can't use skills for 2 turns. Okay.
これな。
ここだ。
Alright, it's not attacking.
や
ここだ。
I believe I can see the gimmick here. We have a 25% trigger to this big dumb attack, so we might need to keep going back.
もう意味わかんない。
Of course, I've done this.
私がそばに
It's
お
been
り
a
ます。
really long time. Alright. Go ahead and use
僕が守る。
that. So we can
負
substitute.
けていられません。
Alright, defense debuffs have both wounded, which are the ones that we really wanted.
誰も傷つけさせない。
And we will avoid using tactical shield on this turn in case it does redo a normal attack. So Suzuka can take some damage because he wants to get hurt. And if we're charge attacking, we're not going to use any initiative cells, and he's substituting.
光のご加護。
笑顔ならいつの日も大丈夫。
邪魔をするな。
Did element change into fire there at a really inopportune time.
ご命令を完璧に遂行しましょう。
Okay, so I believe here we use tactical shield and limit burst.
容赦はしない。
So we can take the most advantage of. We can take the most advantage of the supplemental damage road. Yeah, we still have 2 turns, so we'll be able to do a charge attack turn, then a multi-attack turn, with another skill nuke from and we're not attacking into fire, so we're doing significantly larger amount of damage.
邪魔をするな。
Alright, so we're back to guard. Alright, no damage from hyperdimension. That's pretty good for us.
容赦はしない。
We'll just attack in.
いやこれな。
ここだ。
これな。
ここだ。ランスロット ME ブースト。
Yeah, sure. So we'll
白
summon
竜
my
騎士
slug.
団団長ランスロット押してまいる。
Alright. Anyway.
テンション上がるにゃ。これな。これな。
We hit the trigger, so she's got to do big
準備は
damage.
万端です。
We got our augments back because of the auto attack. So we can hold this skill until we're out of machine cells again. Which, I mean, it's not going to happen because we're going to win pretty soon. Assuming there's no gimmicks going on.
笑顔ならいつの日も大丈
The damage does apply to the gimmicks.
するな。
The DPS check where we got to deal enough damage to take it out before it before it fills up. That's probably true. We'll save on the nuke skills until next turn so we can apply
いや
supplemental damage. This will always help deal a lot of damage.
負けていられません。
Comparatively.
畳みかけますよ。
容赦はしない。
Okay. Let's just attack in.
いや
Okay.
誰も傷つけさせない。
Keep doing the thing.
はこれなここだとっておき見せてあげるわ
We'll summon C2 to
お前に
start
死な
that
れては
damage.
困る私がお前を ミュージックスタート
For the charge gain. Attack in.
光のご加護笑顔ならいつの日も大丈夫
邪魔をするな。
Alright, we're gonna summon Poseidon for attack. Still got the 2. Don't want that, so
容赦はしない。
もう意味わかんない
alright.
これで
Jeez, the damage we're dealing is nothing.
Yeah. かっこいいところ見せてね
Alright, so we used engage augments, which should give us dodge. Back to the shield, help everybody surviving. Miss our debuffs, go for dumb.
光のご加護
Light of the apostle. That doesn't sound good. Okay. Oh, it just killed itself. That's good for
お
us.
腹が空きました
Ultimately not a problem. We got one Bahamut claw. And that is what marks completion of this side story. So, yeah. We've unlocked What Makes the Sky Blue 2, Paradise Lost. This weapon is very tempting to make us go through it immediately, just to get a light sword, but we're gonna hold off on that for a little while. Alright. Okay, so we've overcome the trial. And, you know, I guess that means we've shown him what he wanted to see.
仲間と高め合い、かばい合い、個では到達できぬ力と覚悟に至る。人間は、空の進化はここまでなったか。ああ、私の数千年の悲願だ。いつかきちんと説明しよう。その時は君と今夜のことを改めて喜び合いたいものだ。
Okay, sure.
ではまた会おう。その日まで君たちの旅路に祝福を。
Later, I guess. This was a surreal experience. Just in general, this would be a surreal experience.
得意点は揃い、世界は動きつつある。我々も決着をつけねばなるまい。そうだろう、我が友、ルシファーよ。
Alright. Here's a time. Here's the first time with this name mentioned here. These, Lucifer, and this name that he's mentioned here, are both transliterations of Lucifer into Japanese. It's similar to the whole Orcus thing. Yeah, so they're both called Lucifer, if you were to go directly back to English. Which is why things are very confusing. In regards to what, you know, the situation around Lucifer is. Lucifer, the angel, is called Lucifer, and Lucifer, the astral, is called Lucifer. They're both correct. They're both Lucifer, but it doesn't really translate well back to English, right? So they had to invent a name, just like they did with Orcus, right? They're both the same name, but they're spelled differently, essentially. Anyway, just wanted to bring that up here. So, if I end up referring to the astral as Lucifer in the future, just thoughtlessly, that will be why. All right, so we all wake up. That's probably pretty good.
わあ、遅かったな。今朝は全員寝坊だぜ。
Party hard. We party hard, and then we have a
騒ぎすぎちゃいましたね。
weird shared dream, I guess.
そうかもな。おいらは変な夢のせいで疲れちまったんだけどよ。
そういえば私も夢を見ました。何も覚えてないんですけど。
そうなのか？おいらもなんかぼんやりしててよ。なあなあ、その手に何を握ってるんだ？
It's a claw. No? Oh, it's a plume. Okay.
わあ、とっても綺麗な
Did we
羽
get a
です
feather
ね。
from him?
虹色に
Pretty
キ
cool.
ラキラ光ってます。
ほんとだぜ。まるで宝石みたいだな。こんなもんどこで拾ったんだよ。
No idea.
ありがとうございます。どうですか？似合ってるかな？
Well, we learned a lot, but there's a lot more to come. It's basically what we're saying here. Alright, we've officially made the second ending. Alright, pretty cool. Alright, so let's talk about the rewards for this. Alright, so first of all, we're gonna scroll down past these for a second. First things first, we got this harp. This harp, interestingly, is a pretty good weapon because of this first skill. The second skill is fine. It's, your standard event weapon, EX skill. That, big raise to attack, we get you. It's fine. The first skill has a pretty unusual effect. Debuff resistance, pretty good. Also raises defense. Not very many weapons directly do that, especially at this stage of the game. So, I mean, it's a pretty good main hand because of that. Its charge attack is nothing special, but the defense up does improve your survivability pretty decent amount. The big downside is that it's a harp, and there's not that many harp classes, but, when it's applicable, it's pretty good. The summon, you do not get a copy of. Worth noting. If you were to limit break it, it boosts all elemental attack by 40%. Which is okay, but it's nothing special. So there's no real reason to go out of your way to farm this summon. Alright, now we need to talk about the main course here. We see this long list of items. Bahamut weapon novas, or Bahamut Nova weapons. So we can click on these, we can see sword boosts humans and drafts attack and HP. Dagger boosts to humans attack. Spear a runes attack, and so on and so forth. This weapon is very important to us. However, to truly decide the weapon that we want to pick, we must do something important. And that is look at our characters by race. So we have a total of 75 characters. So we can come over here, we can go to the filters, go to other, and we can select these individual filters to show what races of the characters that we have are. So other, and other and primal, and the main character will get affected by all of the weapons that are in that tab. So any of these characters will be affected by everything, any Bahamut weapon that we have in our grid, and that's pretty good. And it includes characters that we're actually going to be using. We got Olivia, we've got Kokoro, stuff like that. Pretty good, but not important for choosing our weapon. So we look at human. Alright, we have 54 humans. So obviously, we want to pick a weapon that boosts human attack. Because out of 75 characters, 54 of them are humans. And we've also got that large lump, I think it was like, what was it for the other group? It was like 10, 12? 12, yeah. So if we pick a human boosting weapon, we're hitting 66 characters out of 75. That's really good. But we also have to look at our other races, because it does matter for what we might pick, right? If we had more drafts, we could pick the sword. We have 6 runes, and we have 3 drafts. And generally speaking, I believe the runes are more common in the side stories for the characters that we haven't picked up yet. And we have 0 Harbins, so we don't pick a Harbin boosting weapon. It's not a good idea. Alright, so what does that mean for us as the group that, as this account that refuses to use the gacha? Well, that means we're going to come over here to what makes the sky blue, and we're going to pick the Dagger of Bahamut Nova, one that boosts humans' attack. Now, the reason that we picked this one instead of like the sword, which boosts humans and drafts attack and HP, for one thing, the skill here, Human Animus Dominion, is a higher magnitude than Conqueror Rubel. We have higher attack boost, but we don't get any HP boost yet. And we'll see why once we pick this up. So once we've traded away the Bahamut Claw, the rest of the trades are gone. You don't get another option. So we come in here, pick up the dagger, and I'm going to immediately go into the shop and look at the weapon series, because Bahamut weapons is one of the weapon series in here, and we just got a Bahamut Nova weapon, which is the middle stage. Alright, we can see here, Bahamut weapon. We can look over here at this, which is an upgrade to the Bahamut weapon. Now, we can't do this, and it'll be a long time before we're able to. But if we're able to get to this point, we get the Bahamut Dagger Coda, which has a boost to humans and runes attack and HP. So we have a lot of humans, and we have some runes. So this is going to hit basically the vast majority of our roster. The only ones that aren't going to be hit are the drafts, and there aren't that many of those. And I don't think the ones that we have are particularly good. So yeah, the biggest reason to do what makes the sky blue is to get this weapon. Now, why this weapon in particular? Well, let's take a look. So, remember when we talked about grid building and about normal mod weapons? Well, here we have a skill level 1, normal mod spear, and our wind grid. So let's go ahead and look at our dark weapons and pick out the... Let's just put on here. Pick out the Dagger of Bahamut Nova. And you'll see, this weapon, despite being level 1, so its stats are worse, causes a big jump in the amount of damage we deal. Now we have the same skill level on both of these. The magnitude for the normal attack mod on Bahamut weapons is enormous compared to your normal event weapon like that. Right, we went from like 6% might to 20. And it's only going to get better from there. So that's where we wanted to be, and I really wanted to pick up this dagger before we started going into the harder Omega Series primals. I really wanted to get this so we could take down Leviathan, take down Colossus, take down, Light and Dark, get to the point where we are ready to move to the next step when it comes to progression, right? It's time we stopped being stuck at the Omega 1 series, or at the Omega series, the standard Omega series. It's time to stop. We're gonna make progress. We're gonna get past it. In order to do that, we may take some time. We do still need to skill level up a bunch of stuff that is not ready, but it's a slow process that we can see progress in. Now, something to consider about Bahamut weapons, now that we have one, is that their skill levels are much more expensive than your average weapon. So you can see 10% skill up from just one SR, whereas if we were to pick, say, Luna's Friend, which is a normal SSR weapon, right? Takes like 5 times more experience, more skill experience for one level. That's a lot. So we're gonna be trying, and this is gonna be useful, right? Going through Arcarum with all the free tickets is helpful with that, because you're gonna need a lot of SSR weapons to skill up a Bahamut weapon. At least to any sort of efficiency. If you've been collecting skill jewels, those can also come in handy. The way that the skill jewels work is strange. I don't really know the best way to explain it. They give different experience, different skill experience, depending on what they're trying to upgrade. Basically they're relatively efficient for stuff like that, the Bahamut weapons, but I don't have any because I'm lazy and don't like managing my inventory, so I handled them badly. So I'm going to upgrade this as much as I can, off screen, and hopefully we'll be able to challenge some Omega series after that. At the very least, we should be able to make some more progress into showdowns and stuff. And once we get through all the showdowns, then we'll have we should unlock the skip functionality for the elemental showdowns, like the Ifrit series, and that'll come in handy just for passive income of a lot of things, because you have access to a monthly resetting shop for all those currencies. I also need to do a general inventory cleaning, just make sure that I, don't have too many weapons and things that I don't need. Especially summons, right? We got a lot of summons that we don't need. But I can deal with that later. We don't really have a huge need for elemental quartz at this stage. Alright. Well, that should about cover it. We talked about, we did the Dragon's Trial. We got the Bahamut weapon. We've talked about all the rewards from what makes the sky blue. Yeah, next time I'm thinking, ideally, we do some Omega series. Leviathan is on the hit list, and we're getting to the point where I think we're strong enough. I'll probably clear the rest of the side stories that, let me think, let me look at this real quick. Clear 1,000 Reasons, clear these two. This is, there's something worth talking about here, but I'm not going to go through the event. This is, by the way, this Seeds of Redemption is the 6th anniversary event. It's widely thought of to not be very good. If you want to form your own opinions on it, feel free to read it. I've done so. There's some okay parts to it, but it's not as strong as, you know, the series of What Makes the Sky Blue. But I will say, the first event in the series is, while it's okay, right? I don't think that it reaches like peak quality in Granblue. Yeah, so it looks like we have 3 events that I'll be clearing on this page and 1 on this page. Oh, and 1 over here. So, oh, and there's 1 here. Okay, good stuff. Well, once we get through all of those, then we'll be able to... Well, I'll probably clear those just while I have some time. Anyway. Well, I hope that this was entertaining enough. But regardless, let's not, beat around the bush and take too much time for an outro or anything. Let me just say, it's good. It's good being here. It's good to get started on this series. This has been Shadow SP, signing off.